Hi, kindergarten. I have a surprise for all of you. Do you want to know what it is? All right. I got us a class pet. Now you might be thinking, Miss Bertagna, how can we do anything with a class pet if we're not in our classroom? Don't you worry. This class pet, actually there are 5 of them, and they're sort of small. And I'm going to record videos and take pictures to give you updates on them. And right now, I'm going to show you what our new class pets are. I'll give you a little hint. Zell had pets like these that she was telling us about on Tuesday if you were on our class call. Do you think you know what it is? All right, close your eyes. No peeking. All right, here we go. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you our new pets. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Can you tell what these are? I'll show you the top of the container. It says, cup of caterpillars. And inside are our very own caterpillars. Let's see. Here's one here. And here's one waving hello. Can you see him? And then on the top, we have 1, 2, 3. So 2 on the bottom, 3 on top. Who knows what is 2 plus 3? If you said 5, you've got it. We have those 5 pet caterpillars. Now, when they started off even smaller. So they were teeny tiny caterpillars. But by the time that we received them at our house in the mail, in a special container, in a box, they had already grown a little bit. And you might be wondering what all this brown stuff is. It's not poop. It's not dirt. It's actually stuff that they eat. It's food for the caterpillars. So the teeny tiny babies have started to grow. And as they get bigger and older, they're going to make their way up the side of the container. And they're going to get real comfy up here on the top. Does anyone know why they want to go to the top? You have some good guesses. But in case you're not sure, we're going to read a story all about the life cycle of a caterpillar. Look at these guys moving around. I think they're saying hello to all of you. We're going to read about the life cycle of the caterpillar so we know what to expect over the next few days, and we know how to take care of them and know what they will grow up to be. Does anyone know what caterpillars will grow up to be? We'll have to find out and see. So right now, I'm going to set our caterpillars down, and we're going to read a story, and I'll make sure to show them again before I say goodbye. So I'm going to set these guys down, and today we're going to read this book. It's called From Caterpillar to Butterfly. This was written by an author named Deborah Hegelman and illustrated by an illustrator, Bari Weissman. Now, this is another one of those books that even though the pictures are illustrations by the illustrator, this is an informational text. We talk about how a lot of times informational texts will have photographs in them, but sometimes they have diagrams that are drawn or pictures that are drawn, and this is an example of a book that has hand-drawn pictures to teach us something. And today we'll learn about how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Was that your guess from earlier? I thought that maybe you might know that. All right, here we go. From caterpillar to butterfly. Today, a caterpillar came to school in a jar. It is eating green leaves. It is climbing and wiggling. This tiny caterpillar is going to change. It will change into a beautiful butterfly. So far, I already noticed some similarities. now we're not in our classroom right now, but we're still in school and on Seesaw. And I noticed that this jar looks a little bit like this jar, except here they have the green leaves, and here our caterpillars are eating the special brown food stuff. Caterpillars usually turn into butterflies outdoors. They live in gardens and meadows and yards. But we will watch our caterpillar change into a butterfly right here in our classroom. This change is called metamorphosis. So metamorphosis is when a caterpillar changes from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Our caterpillar started out as a tiny egg. The mother butterfly laid the egg on a leaf. And here it says, a butterfly is an insect. And here we see a teeny tiny butterfly egg. Caterpillar. Well, butterfly egg. It's going to hatch into a caterpillar. So these little caterpillars started off in a teeny tiny egg on a leaf somewhere. When the caterpillar hatched out of the egg, it was really hungry. It ate its way out of its own eggshell. Then it started to eat green plants right away. And here it says, the mother butterfly lays her eggs on plants that the caterpillar will eat. These are called host plants. So the mother knows best, and she makes sure to find a leaf that the caterpillar babies will like to eat. A caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat and eat, so it will grow and grow and grow. So our little caterpillars, see this one crawling? He's eating and growing, just like the caterpillars in the story. And here it says, the caterpillar is also called the larva. Each day when we come into school, we look at our caterpillar. Each day it gets bigger. The caterpillar eats and grows for 12 to 14 days. So we're in a little bit of a different situation, right? We're not in school, we're on Seesaw, but I can still send you updates and pictures and videos of our little friends. Ooh, that's a good shot. Excuse me, and since they have already been growing, I think it'll be a little less than 12 to 14 days until they go to their next stage. Our skin grows with us, but a caterpillar's skin does not grow. When the caterpillar gets too big for its skin, the skin splits down the back. The caterpillar crawls right out of its own skin. It has new skin underneath. This is called molting. Our caterpillar will molt 4 or 5 times. After many days, our caterpillar is finished growing. It is much bigger than when it first came to school. It is almost as big as my little finger now. Here's where we find out what's going to happen next to our caterpillars. Our caterpillar is making a special house. First, it makes a button of silk. Up at the top, a button of silk, like a clump of silk. It uses this button to hang upside down from a twig. Then it molts for the last time. Instead of growing new skin, this time there is a hard shell. This shell is called a chrysalis. Our caterpillar will stay inside the chrysalis for a while. So now the caterpillars that we have, the type that we have, they're not going to get much bigger than this. The next thing that's going to happen, and that's why 3 friends are already up at the top, they're making their way up to the top so that they can hang from a little button of silk or piece of silk and form the hard shell, which is called a chrysalis. So our caterpillar pets, the next stage, they will become, or they will make their chrysalis. The chrysalis is also called the pupa. Pupa. Every day the chrysalis looks the same. We can't see what's happening inside, but inside the chrysalis, our caterpillar is changing. The caterpillar stays in the chrysalis for about 1 week. Will our caterpillar ever turn into a butterfly? Will it ever come out of the chrysalis? We can hardly wait, but we do. We wait and practice patience and wait some more. Then, one day, during snack time, someone shouts, "Oh, look!" And we all rush over to see. The chrysalis is cracking. We see a head, a body, and then wings. It is a butterfly. The tiny caterpillar who came to school in a jar turned into a painted lady butterfly, and we saw it happen. These actually are painted ladies. These will be painted lady butterflies. Oh, look at there, he's saying hello. He or she. Our butterfly is damp and crumpled. It hangs onto the chrysalis while its wings flap, flap, flap. Blood starts to pump into the wings, and that makes the wings straighten out and they start to dry. Soon our butterfly will be ready to fly. In 2 hours, the wings are dry and the butterfly is ready to fly. Our butterfly cannot stay in the jar. It needs to be outside with the flowers and grass and trees and other butterflies. It is a warm spring day. I put my finger into the jar. The butterfly sits on my finger. I pull it out and our butterfly goes free. We feel a little sad and a little happy. We watch our butterfly land on a flower. It will sip the flower's nectar through a long coiled tube called a proboscis. Maybe it is a female butterfly. Maybe someday she will lay an egg on a leaf. I know just what will happen then. That egg will hatch into a caterpillar, and that caterpillar will turn into a beautiful butterfly. Painted lady butterflies sip nectar from certain flowers. They like thistle, burdock, zinnia, butterfly bush, and mint. Do you have any of those types of plants in your garden? I have some zinnias in mine. How many different kinds of butterflies can you find around your neighborhood? Here are some common ones to look for. So at this time, we're going to look and learn a couple of names of butterflies that you might see when you're outside. There's a monarch, which we might see, which looks similar to a painted lady. A black swallowtail. Cabbage white. A dog-faced butterfly. The common blue. And the buckeye. The end. I'm going to go back to this page one more time because this is what we're going to see happen next with our class pets. Our caterpillars are going to climb up and they're going to attach themselves to the very top of this lid. And it's sort of like, it's like they pretend that it's a twig since there's no twig in there right now. But if they were outside, they would attach to a twig. Then we'll see them start to form their chrysalis. And they're going to start hanging down just like this one here in this picture. It's going to look a lot like this. This is a good drawing. It looks a lot like a chrysalis. And then after some time, we'll start to see some changes. We won't see all the changes happening inside right away, but at some time we'll start to see the caterpillar start to come out, and then we know that the butterfly will be here with us soon. And so we should have, since we have 5 caterpillars, that means we should have 5 chrysalises and 5 butterflies by the end. And then of course, once we get to observe the butterflies, and I can share that with you, I will set them free. So we have beautiful butterflies in the neighborhood. All right, kindergarten, I'm going to stop here. If you want to do some more research with your parents or older brother or sister at home, you can look up painted lady butterflies. Something else you can do if you're really interested in this, there's a website called insectlore.com, and you could maybe, if you can ask if you can order a cup of caterpillars. And if you can't, that's okay, because I have these for all of us to share. I'm going to give you one last look at our little guys for today, and then we'll check back in and see how they're doing tomorrow. All right, kindergarten, thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.